So hello and welcome. It's another off day at the Lanka Premier League, and in this video, we'll be particularly talking about the two players. Those are Vijay Shankar and Piyush Chawla, the only two Indians that are taking part in LPL 2026, and we have got reasons to discuss on both the players just because the franchisees for which they are playing for have given them limited roles. If we talk about first Piyush Chawla, he's yet to play a single game in the Dambula leg, which is the second leg of the LPL 2026. A veteran, a seasoned campaigner. He's playing for SC Jaffna Kings, the defending champions. If you look at their squad, he's the most experienced campaigner, two-time World Cup winner, multiple-time IPL winner, the person who has got most number of T20 wickets, most experienced campaigner in that squad. But again, he's not getting games. Only two games for him so far in this LPL. And then if you talk about Vijay Shankar, yes, he has played all the games for Candy Royals, but again, the role that which he is playing, is that justified for a player of his caliber, is something we are going to discuss in this video. Debasis, let's start with Piyush Chawla, because Piyush Chawla, we saw him playing in the Colombo leg at the SSC. First, he played against the Gall Gallants. He took two wickets in that game. Yes, obviously, in one over, he was hit for three sixes, but again, he got back taking the wicket of Mohammad Nawaz. Two wickets in his opening game, first game of LPL. Second game he plays, he went wicketless. Yes, he didn't bowl better, but obviously two games was not enough to drop him from that squad. What do you make of his omission coming to this? Like, if you look at the conditions in Dambula, it is far better to operate as a spinner when you compare it with the SSC conditions.
Vaibhav, I totally agree with you. The point to make that he is your most experienced spinner means even in this edition of Lanka Premier League, I think he is perhaps the most experienced spinner among all the five franchise. But obviously, you also have to take into account the spinners Jaffna Kings have in their ranks, the likes of Shakib Al Hasan, Travin Matthew, Dunit Walalage. So they have the spinners in their ranks, and also we have seen it in IPL as well. There has been instances when the franchises make certain decisions, the team management, which is not, I would say, not acceptable, but you have to take it in your stride. And for Kuldeep, for Piyush as well, I think yes, he will feel disappointed perhaps to miss this Dambula leg so far, but I think they have the spinners. If you may ask me, that is my perception, that is totally my view. I think they have the spinners. Say someone like a Shakib Al Hasan, he is a world class all-rounder in his own right. Dunit Wallege, Travin Matthew, who is regarded as the upcoming spinner. So I think they have it in their ranks, that they have the options, I would say.
Yeah, they definitely have options, and I think it's the arrival of Shakib Al Hasan that has created more problems for, obviously, in franchisee league. In these kind of leagues, you have limited overseas slots, and that's what Vijay Shankar also talked about in our exclusive with him. That in IPL, when we play, there is a seven-player bracket that we have to fit in. In overseas leagues, it's a four-player bracket where we have to fit in, and I think that is what is happening with Piyush Chawla. But in again, my opinion is still the same, that being an experienced spinner in these conditions where there is a lot of help for the spinners. If not the evening game, at least you can play, because Dunit Velalage and Shakib Al Hasan are playing as all-rounders. If you need a specialist spinner in these conditions, you can definitely play four spinners, which India also did in UAE, if you remember last year, first in Champions Trophy and then in Asia Cup. But now let's switch our attention to Vijay Shankar, another player who's been giving all the opportunities, consistent opportunities. But point of concern remains the same, which we talked about on the first day of the LPL. 18 July was the first game of Candy Royals, and we saw Vijay Shankar coming to bat at 7. Obviously, that position was surprising just because Vanindu Hasaranga, the leg spin bowling all rounder of Candy Royals, he came ahead of Vijay Shankar. And there have been instances. If you look at the tournament so far for Vijay Shankar, he has batted thrice in at number 7 and once at number 8 as well. And that is what is surprising, that an all-rounder like Vijay Shankar, who is still at his prime of his skills, he's still hitting the ball really well. Look at what he did yesterday in the first game which Candy lost. He reduced the margin, 41 of 13 balls, Again, he showed his class. He showed that he's still got that power hitting progress. It's just you have to give him more opportunities, more balls, so that he can make more impact with the bat, isn't it, Debashish?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And more baffling was the way he was not bowled. Means he in that match yesterday he got you. He gave you a breakthrough. He bowled just three balls. Then Angelo Matthews, the captain of Candy Royals, gets injured. Wanindu Hasaranga steps in as the captain, uh, and he immediately brings in another bowler. And so I think that is you should have bowled him at least the first couple of overs in the power play. Remember, he wasn't bowled until then. Means he was given the new ball, and what a perfect outsinger to give you that breakthrough. But even still, then means this is something baffling. I would say. See the strategy. And I would rather go on and say that he is under bowled or rather he is underused. Means I think he deserves to be batting a lot higher up in the order. And you go in at number 7, number 8, and obviously if you look at his contributions, I think he has done justice, and he is welcoming to whatever positions he's been sent to, that which is what he said to you in that interview. He always welcome is a thorough team man.
Yeah.
Vaibhav.
Yeah, definitely. He cherishes the challenges, whatever is thrown at them. That is what he's doing. But is Candy Royals doing justice to a player like Vijay Shankar and to his abilities? Again, yesterday was an instance. He got Ben McDermott's wicket with an outswinger, only bowled three deliveries, got one wicket, and then didn't bowl a single ball after that. Nine balls so far in the tournament, one complete over, and three legal deliveries after Angelo Matthews got injured yesterday. That's all what Vijay Shankar has bowled in this tournament, and that is what is baffling. It's the strategy of
Absolutely.
teams like Jaffna Kings, the defending champions, and Candy Rolls, who are struggling, who have lost the most number of games in this tournament so far. So yes, it remains to be seen what is the strategy. Today is the off day. They will think, because Candy is struggling, so they will have to rethink their strategy, and let's see what happens, what roles these two players get, and we will be discussing. We will keeping a close eye on these players and the teams. It's an important next phase coming of the LPL, and now the playoffs here, the race to playoffs will get heated up, and we'll be keeping an eye on everything related to LPL. So yes, you keep following Revsportz for stuff related to LPL. Yes, the videos and exclusives are coming from Glasgow as well, so you follow that as well. Yeah, so for everything related to sports, keep following Revsportz. Thank you very much.